All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 115 of the Dear Herbalist podcast, titled Designing a Safe and Effective Cleanse. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a continuing listener, thank you so much for your continued support and continued listening. I definitely appreciate it. This is part 3 of a 4-part series for the month of April, talking about detoxification and cleansing. So if you are just joining us here at episode 3, please consider listening to episode 1 and 2. It kind of builds the foundation for what you are hearing this evening. And we are going to go ahead and get right into it, get to the point. Tonight we are going to talk about the 4 phases of a traditional cleanse. Number 1 is preparation. So preparation can go anywhere from a day to a couple of weeks. Let's say you've done 3 weeks before, you're not a new person that's cleansing, this isn't the first time you've done this, then your preparation phase may last from 1 to 7 days. And during this time, you're gradually reducing the toxic burden and preparing your body for deeper cleansing. So some key steps during the preparation phase is eliminate processed foods, caffeine, alcohol, and refined sugars. You want to introduce supportive herbs like milk thistle, about 300 milligrams a day, and dandelion root tea. You want to do that 1 cup twice a day. During this time, you want to focus on hydration. So aim for at least 30 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight daily. And I don't know what's going on. I was drinking some water, but now I feel like my voice sounds weird. Because I don't know if it went down the wrong pipe or what, and I'm trying to clear it, and now I probably just sound like a 50-year-old man. So excuse me, y'all. I'm talking about hydration, I'm definitely drinking water as well. All right. And then the other thing during this particular time is mental readiness. So you want to practice mindfulness, set intentions for your cleanse. And when I say mindfulness, really lock in. Really, think about, why do you need to do this? You should have done your assessments already in terms of the type of toxins that you need to release, mental, physical, environmental, those things we talked about in the other podcast. So you want to make sure that you are mentally ready for what's to happen, because a lot of change happens and people stay dedicated to processes because of their mindset. And if you don't have a mental mindset of, I'm ready, I fully understand what could happen, what will happen, I'm dedicated to the process, I'm dedicated to the cause, I set my intentions to complete the cleanse and to do everything right, to get rid of all the toxicity of my life. If you do all that, then you'll be fine. But if you don't set your mind to any of that, you don't really sit down and think about all that it's going to entail and prepare yourself appropriately, then you're going to start it. And then once especially if you're somebody that likes to step on the scale every 5 seconds, you step on the scale. Oh, I lost a half a pound, or I lost this. Oh, nope, I ain't going to do it anymore. It doesn't look like anything's working. Or sometimes it looks like things are getting worse before they get better. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to stay committed to the process. And that's because you didn't lock in. Mental readiness means that you are ready. Mentally, you understand everything. You have all the information at hand. You know exactly what to expect, good, bad, and otherwise. And you're ready for it. You're locking in. So that's what that means. Now, the second phase, of a traditional cleanse is the active cleansing phase. And this can be anywhere from 1 to 7 days. The purpose of this is to facilitate a deeper detoxification while maintaining your energy levels. Because let's face it, not everybody has days to just sit at home. Or they don't have money to go sit up at a retreat somewhere. So you want to make sure that you are able to detox deeper, right? But you want to have some energy as well, because you still got to run around here and handle life as it comes to you, right? So some key steps to this particular phase is that you want to simplify your diet. Opt for mono diets, where you're just kind of eating one thing. Just keep it very, very simple. The other thing is, for herbal support, you can take triphala powder, and you can do that about 500 milligrams at bedtime, or you can look at using some adaptogens, which is herbs that help the body adjust to stress, like schizandra. That's another one that you can take. during this time of active cleansing, you want to self-massage with herbal oils, and you want to do some deep breathing. You definitely want to do stretching and some increased rest. That is very important, because if your body can't rest and focus its energies on detoxing and cleaning out and, repairing cells and all of that stuff, then that stuff's just not going to happen. So you want to make sure that rest is a part of it as well. Now, step number 3, phase 3, reintroduction. Now, during this time, again, about 1 to 7 days, you can gradually rebuild your digestive strength without overwhelming the system. This is the purpose of reintroduction. So you want to slowly reintroduce foods like organic vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and proteins while you're monitoring for sensitivities. And typically sensitivities happens with wheat, dairy, or soy. Okay. During this phase, you want to avoid processed foods. Okay. Because you want to stabilize your digestion. You want to gradually rebuild. And the reality of it is that, as we learn more about foods and what's going on and what we're eating, these type of things, the reality is just whole foods are just so much better. So definitely avoid processed foods during this phase. Don't feel like, well, I finished the deep cleansing part and now I'm ready to just go jump out there and be a big back, as these kids say these days, and start stuffing my face with everything that I couldn't eat before the cleanse. No, absolutely not. You have just destroyed the work that you have put in for the past 14 days. You don't want to do that. And then number 4, rejuvenation. Okay, this can take weeks all the way up to months. And the purpose of this particular phase is to restore tissues and energy after cleansing. Okay, so during this time, you want to focus on nutrient-dense foods. That's bone broth, leafy greens, healthy fats, okay, like avocados, nuts, that type of stuff. All right. As far as herbs, you want to look at herbs that are going to rejuvenate your system. So ashwagandha, this will help support your adrenal replenishment. And then take some herbs for antioxidant support. And then you want to start to slowly incorporate gentle exercises. Okay. And this is to all help maintain the balance. So those are the 4 phases of a traditional cleanse. Now let's look at choosing the right time and length. Let's say you are doing a cleanse for 3 days. All right, let's say you decide to do 3 days. Your preparation phase needs to be a day, active cleansing a day, reintroduction phase a day, and then your rejuvenation phase about 2 weeks. If you decide to go on a cleanse of 9 days, then your preparation phase needs to be 3 days. Your active cleansing days needs to be 3 days. Your reintroduction phase needs to be 3 days. And your rejuvenation phase should be about a month. Let's say you want to go a little deeper and a little longer. Okay, well, let's say you want to do a 15-day cleanse. Preparation phase needs to be 5 days. The active cleansing phase needs to be 5 days. The reintroduction phase needs to be 5 days. And your rejuvenation phase needs to be about 6 weeks. And if you decide to do a 21-day cleanse, your preparation days need to be 7 days. Your active cleansing phase needs to be 7 days. Your reintroduction phase needs to be 7 days, and your suggested rejuvenation phase could be about 3 months. So some of the timing consideration is that you want to avoid cleansing during pregnancy, lactation, or periods of high stress or illness, because the body is going to be doing a lot of work during this time with what it's already doing. And then, of course, your supportive herbs and all of your diet changes and all these other things. The body is going to be doing a lot of work. So during this time, it's not going to have the energy, okay, to move around and do this and that and deal with your immune system and all that. No. So you want to make sure that all of your energies are focused on the body and getting better and cleansing and detoxification. If you are in a high stress situation, that is counterproductive. If you are pregnant or lactating, obviously you don't want to go on a cleanse like this, because you don't want to throw toxins from your body into your milk or into your baby. And then consider the other time in consideration of a cleanse is seasonal cleanses. These are ideal because spring actually aligns with the liver detoxification in a lot of traditional Chinese medicine principles. So your timing also matters. And this is the reason why I'm talking about detoxification or spring cleaning, right? During the month of April as spring starts to roll in. So take that into consideration. Now let's talk about the importance of sleep during detoxification. Sleep is very important. It's a critical process. It is a critical part of your detoxification process. The role of sleep is important because sleep activates the lymphatic system, okay, clearing out neurotoxins from your brain during slow wave sleep. And the benefits of sleep, okay, is that it regenerates your liver tissue, it balances your hormones, which are critical for detox enzyme function. It also restores your energy for cellular repair. So it's a lot of benefits in making sure that you get the sleep that you need, especially during your detox phase and even after that as well. So let's say you say, oh, I don't know, I have a hard time sleeping and I just can't seem to get off to sleep and all of that. Well, a lot of times when people tell me that, I always ask them, what is your nighttime routine? And sometimes people will say, oh, well, I just like to read a good book, before I go to bed, or I like to cut on the TV, watch the news, anything that they're telling me is lights, camera, action, noise. Nothing is, I'm taking a nice warm bath. I'm having a nice warm cup of tea with maybe some valerian or passion flower or chamomile. I'm laying in clean sheets. I'm just kind of praying and just reflecting a little bit. And then I'm, just everything about what I just said says you're preparing the body to rest. Everything that you're telling me is that you still need to be up and functioning. Thus, the body needs to be up processing all of the input that you're giving it by moving around and reading and watching the news and that type of stuff. So you want to have a night routine if you have issues sleeping. It's a must. Create one for yourself that will help you relax. All right. Now, if you need some support, especially herbal support, consider your valerian root or your passion flowers in tincture form to help promote sleeping. Okay. Avoid any type of screens before bed and make sure that you're, breathing and praying and these type of things, releasing things from your mind so that the body knows it's like, okay, I'm in preparation for sleep. Some of us, our lives are so hectic. We just, when it's time, we just jump off in the bed and keep it moving. But it's always important, especially during the detox process. This is a time where you want to take care of yourself. This is even more so than you've ever have before. So this is the time where you want to pay attention to your emotions and how you're feeling. This is a time where you want to pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth and give your body good food. This is the time where you want to say, you know what? It's a lot going on today. I'm going to set boundaries and I'm going to go rest. I'm going to go have me a nice hot bath or a nice warm bath or a nice cool bath for some people, whatever's your flavor, and I'm going to, light a candle or two and just relax, calm my mind. And then I'm going to go off to sleep because I deserve that. So this is a time where you honor this time that you're giving yourself during this detox process, because this is an act of self-love. This is, I love my body enough to take care of it, to help it to get rid of the toxins and the toxic thoughts and eating and things that I've been doing to it. I love myself enough to have a better state of life and a better state of health. And that's big for a lot of people. Like some people, you have to force them to think about themselves or force them to do something nice for themselves or to take care of themselves. And that could be for a myriad of reasons. So during this time, have an evening ritual or something that you do to get yourself prepared and your body and your mind let you know, hey, I'm trying to relax. Detox away. So, just a little bit, All right. Now, as with everything, we always talk about the highs and the positive and the benefits and all that stuff of detoxing. And the benefits definitely outweigh the potential risks. Okay. But I want to be intellectually honest here and make sure that I talk about potential risk and contraindications, meaning things that could happen. If you have these conditions, you probably shouldn't be on this path of detoxification. So let's talk about some of those. Number one, laxatives and diuretics. Now, the risk with laxatives and diuretics, and a lot of these detoxification drinks and that type of stuff, they're loaded with this type of stuff. And you want to be careful with that because the risks are dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, and that's like your potassium and your magnesium being depleted. And then, of course, because you seeing stuff just come on out of you, you get excited about it and you want to keep using it. So now you have a dependency on bowel stimulants, and you don't want to overstimulate the body. That is not the purpose. The body has a way to relieve itself, but you don't want to overstimulate that process. Rather than using laxatives or diuretics, consider psyllium husk or flaxseed. This will help you regulate your bowels a little better. These are some safer alternatives to using laxatives and very strong diuretics. Number 2 is excessive restriction. So this could be in the type of food. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to eat 100 calories a day and that's just it. The risks of these type of detoxification diets are that you may experience some nutrient deficiencies, and this can lead to fatigue or metabolic disruption. Now, one of the things that people don't take in consideration when they're doing these extreme diets or these extreme cleanses or detoxes is the nutrient deficiencies that can occur. If you have any type of nutrient deficiencies in the body, it will manifest as something different. It will manifest as osteoporosis, as arthritis, as gingivitis. It will manifest as something else, because what happens is the body's processes on a biochemical level, it relies on nutrients, minerals, vitamins, these key components to help keeping these systems alive and going. If they don't have enough of what they need, they can't function as they need to. And thus now you have some issues. So you want to make sure that no matter what, even if you're doing a smoothie, you make sure that you have the nutrients. And don't just think because you drive to the nearest smoothie place, they threw some spinach in there. You're like, oh, okay, yep, that's enough. Are you getting enough though? And on some of these juice cleanses, you have to dang near drink a gallon or 2 just to make sure you have the nutrients every single day. So be very careful. The goal, again, is not to be excessive in anything. Anything in excess is not good. You want to make sure that you're getting an adequate intake of vitamins and minerals during your cleansing phase. Make sure that the herbs that you're taking have vitamins and minerals. The drinks you might be drinking or the food you might be eating. That is very important, because that too helps give the body what it needs so that it can detox the body. And then number 3, another risk is overburdening your detox pathways. So any type of aggressive protocols may release toxins faster than elimination organs can process. And this will actually worsen your symptoms. So you'll have issues like severe headaches and nausea because the toxins are coming faster than your body is able to release them. See, the thing is, you can't just stick your hand in your body and grab out a bowl of toxins and throw it out. The body has to take these toxins and all this stuff through a process, through its processes. So it doesn't matter what you try to come and do, it still has to process things the way it processes them. When you, let's say you drink this drink and it just throws heavy metals in your bloodstream and everything all at once, now the body has to step up and try to sift through this stuff and do all the enzyme processes, mix with things on a chemical level to neutralize certain things. And then after all of that, now it's like a backed up superhighway. Like, okay, we can get this in there, but we got to get that other stuff. I mean, she's taking this stuff and throwing things out of here faster than we can handle right now. You know, it's like the garbage man coming and him dumping the garbage into your garbage into his big garbage can. And then as soon as he turns around and puts the can back down, you throw more garbage in there. And next thing you know, you just keep throwing it in there till eventually now the garbage is spilling over. He can't even get the garbage out fast enough. Then you putting it in. So it's the same thing with our body. And that happens. So this is the reason why you need gradual detox protocols with supportive herbs like burdock root or your milk thistles to, again, support the body while it's doing what it needs to do and delay, instant gratification. If you're on a detox program, you don't need to have instant gratification thoughts. It's just not going to happen. So if you're approaching it from that mentality, then you're going to end up hurting yourself. Or if you have clients, you're going to end up hurting them. So what are some key takeaways? At the end of the day, when it comes to us as herbalists, you want to have a balanced approach. Avoid extreme measures and focus on supporting natural detox pathways rather than forcing elimination. All right. Focus on what the body can already do and what systems are already in place to handle it before you just come on in from the outside and just start throwing all kind of, herbs or drinks or laxatives at the body. And then the other thing is understand herbal synergy. So you want to combine hepatics, which are herbs that have an affinity to the liver, right? It's an action that the herbs have the action to act upon the liver. You want to look at lymphagogues, okay? These are herbs that are specific to your lymphatic system, like cleavers, and adaptogens, like ashwagandha. And we all know that. We've heard that 1,000 times, right? But make sure that you're combining herbs based on the synergy and make it specific to that person's individual needs as well. And then the other thing is you want to make sure that you are monitoring yourself, your clients, your children, whoever you're creating this protocol for. Track their hydration levels, track their bowel movements, their energy levels, and also track their sleep quality throughout the cleanse phases. This is very important. And track their sleep quality throughout the cleanse phase. This is very important because all of these things kind of give you a hint, at least, of how they're doing and how the body is doing. And stress, no matter what, stress the importance of not stressing, of taking the time to relax, of taking the time to be easy on yourself, to learn, to grow, to develop, and then to develop new mindsets even after the cleanse is over. All right. So if you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media sites at The Demystified Herbalist. And until next time, family, I'm out.